And when you pay, that is why, because of the way people think that if they join politics, they can get their money back through other processes. That's what is breeding the corruption. And you think that people actually sell their houses to contest primaries or take loans to contest primaries to be MPs or and so forth. And when they win and they get to parliament, why do you think they will make the money to cover their costs and pay their bills? That's a major challenge in this country. And we are not so helping politicians as citizens. We are not. And then because the everybody, every morning, Daniels, we all queue up in front of the politicians' doorstep, expecting them to pay school fees, pay money for marriages, pay money for outgoings, pay money for everything. Even somebody, an MP was telling me that his constituent came to tell him to give him money to marry his fourth wife.
Wow.
Marry his fourth wife. When the MP has only one wife with 3 kids, he has 3 wives with more than 10 kids. He wants to add another one, and he goes to the MP to give him money to marry. Where do you think this MP will get the money from? When his salary cannot do all that you are asking him to do? What do you think he will do to be able to take care of us? So the culture, even our culture, the cultural system in this country breeds corruption. I've said that the culture and this country, the gift giving, the thank you, and all that breeds corruption in this country. This is something that we want to, if we want to get. As we look at, we must look at all this holistically, even our culture. The thank you culture. And all that. Somebody does something for you, you have to go and say thank you to the person. And you see, all that breeds corruption. But because of the culture in which if you visit a chief's palace and you don't take drink there, they may not hear you. They may not listen to you. You have to say something. You visit a big man. You don't say something to the big man.
You need to send a caller.
They say you have not come because you will come with empty hand. So all this is part of the problem that we have to look holistically to be able to even look at the political system, what is happening there. Our culture is a risk corruption. And that has been part of the whole political system that we are running. So if we want to take corruption or all these out of our politics and even the system, we have to also look at our cultural system. And that is something that probably people say is very difficult to eliminate. Because you can't visit your village chief without selling something.
Without a cola.
Without cola, that's right. That's right. So it's a major fact that as a country we should begin to look at ways of sanitizing our political system. Otherwise, we'll talk. And it will come to naught. And let me say that specifically this Iowa State State. Look, it is baffling. This is not, I don't understand why the delegates decided to display the television text. I don't know whether it was something to give away one of the candidates.
Well.
Because if you look, I was in the constituency on Saturday to observe the protest. You see, we saw them moving, even coming to the polling center with television sets and moving on the streets with the television sets and all that. Somebody may say that it is a way for them to expose the other candidate who gave them TV sets for all this to come out. Otherwise, why did they not display the voter rights? Why did they not display
that's also another big question. Yeah. The cloth, the cooking oil, the butter.
So let's see what happens. They'll set up a committee to investigate. So let's see.
Well, but you think that calling for the annulment of the election is in the right order by the majority caucus in Parliament? Because he who comes to the table must come with a clean hands.
Exactly.
Because I don't think any of them would say they haven't been a party to some of these things.
In fact, that statement from them, I didn't believe it. I didn't believe it actually came to the majority caucus. I didn't believe it until I saw the news items and all that. Because this same majority caucus had visited one of the aspirants, the widow.
Yeah. And even contributed money for her. Yes.
Donation of 100,000 Ghana cedis a few days to the election. What was you going to use the money for? What was you going to use the 100,000 for? Because even if it was just a funeral donation, we did Adua of the Victor Manson a few weeks ago. Why did they donate that money to her at that time? They donated the money to a few days to elections, 100,000. If you go to you see the news item,
oh, yes.
What was the money for? Because she was the person they were supporting. Because the lady didn't, when you decide that their election should be annulled. Why? People watch videos again in the Electoral by-election. The few constituency 19 police stations that were conducted. You clearly saw the regional minister saying that both people and these were buying votes, and therefore each was buying votes. What was wrong with it?
Yeah.
It's started. She was giving money to voters. That was what she said. Why didn't the NDC majority call for annulment or cancellation of that by-election? Why? It is their party decision. If they announce the decision, no, they are a tight corner. If they announce a problem for them, if they don't announce a problem for them, so now they have created a problem for themselves. Because there are examples where people are in court giving money. Those elections have not been annulled. Even parliamentary rallies. Why are you asking for annulment of this? It should not be coming from the party, for me, especially the majority side, where all the MPs, if they will be truthful to themselves, if they serve God, they will know that they all pay the dues to get elected. They know. It is because this one, some few people have decided to display the gates in quotes. That's why they are calling for annulment. Or is it because their protest candidates didn't win? It is their decision to take. The party has set up a committee, a three-member committee to decide what to do, what they should do. Whatever happens, we are observers, aren't we?
We are. We're waiting to see what the outcome is.
But it's a problem for the party to deal with. Yeah.
It's a problem for the party. I have my colleague here, Bernard Agbemo Aduji. He has some one or two questions for you before we take leave of you.
Okay.
Yes, thank you very much for joining us, Mr. Mama. So you clearly cited former by-elections where there were some evidences of vote buying. And in fact, in this very one we are making reference to and talking about in Ayawasu East.
Yeah.
But do you sense a sense of dissatisfaction from the NDC towards Baba Jama? And if so, what exactly could this be? What is accounting for the sense of dissatisfaction that the party has towards Baba Jama?
Hello? Hello? I think we're losing him on the line. But whilst we're looking at the impact of vote buying on Ghana's electoral process, lessons from the 2026 primaries. We've seen one primary gone by the presidential primaries by the NPP. But then the NDC had theirs, just one constituency, and it's becoming just 1,100 voters.
Yes.
1,100, and it has become so bizarre.
I mean, Mr. Mama made some very important points. We sat here and we brought that story about the majority caucus visiting.
Giving 100,000.
Giving 100,000.
The women caucus in the majority side.
Women, and I made reference to the fact that they were reinforcing the campaign. So, like he said, what was that 100,000 for?
And you did not give it to her during the Adua.
Exactly. You waited till the election. And then you were giving 100,000. So it means that
they have some preference.
It looked like
it looked like they had a preference.
Yeah.
Somebody
They were expecting.
to win the
Yeah.
election. And with Musa Dankwat signs also projecting a woman to be the person who won.
Yeah.
And Baba Jamal also said, okay, we know how to win elections. So we'll do our thing.
Do our thing.
And so who gave the motorbike? That's also another question we need to have.
That is
there
the
are
question.
4 people who went for the election.
Yes, but to be fair to the majority, they are not saying that Baba Jamal cannot contest. Everyone was seen giving something, paying.
Well, I think we've got Mr. Awudu Mahama back on the line, so you can put your question.
Yes, Mr. Mahama, thanks for joining us again. I wanted to ask whether you sense disaffection from the MPP towards Baba Jamal.
The NDC.
The NDC, sorry, and if so, what could account for this disaffection? Because you clearly cited former by-elections where there were evidence of vote buying, they didn't take action. So why this particular case, especially when it was Baba Jamal's own that came out?
I don't really know why this is coming like this against Baba Jamal. It's shocking. I don't know. There have been some rumors about internal NDC politics, the alignment and all that, where Baba Jamal is aligned, which may not be the assistance candidate and all that. And therefore, this is what is happening. And this probably was engineered by Jubilee House. That this is what should be done to him. And I don't understand. I cannot guess why, but these are the rumors going around that he's aligned to a particular individual that will want to be presidential candidate of NDC in future, and the system, that the Jubilee House and the system are not in support of this particular person. And that's why Baba Jamal is facing such challenges. And reasonably, people will reasonably say so, because, look, as I said earlier, he is not the only contestant in this election. Why all the focus on him? Why? The appointment was done, as I said, the woman is also an appointee of the president. And unless they are telling us that if you are appointed as a member of a board of this country, you are not an appointee of government. Unless that's what they are telling us. Because you may not take salaries, but you take allowances, you take money paid by the state. You are appointed by the president. And so if you are taking out Baba Jamal because he's a high commissioner and all that is an appointee, why not taking out the other lady who also has appointment, who was appointed as board member to, as I said, sacrifice gold, mines, and then Ghana High Force. The lady, the widow, part of the board member of these 2 institutions. So Baba Jamal, I cannot get it, but that is a rumor that is going on, and rumor Ghana perception is as good as reality in this country. And because everything is about perception, even the corruption that we talk about, Ghana Court of Perception Index, Corruption Perception Index is about perception and rumor. So there may be something that my brother we don't know, but it is strange that majority side will be quick to issue such a statement calling for annulment of the election. People are asking, the candidate they are supporting, if their candidate had won, would they have called for this annulment? That's quite the question people are asking. And I also say that if they want to be fair, then I think the Ablekuma, because I'm sure you will get a video where the regional minister,
the regional minister
was talking about vote buying, that all parties buy votes. Both political people and they all go buy votes, and therefore he was buying votes. What was wrong with that in the Ablekuma? So I think they should call for annulment of the Ablekuma by election too, if they want to be fair to everybody, to this process.
Yes, so
for what is necessitating what they have done, the statement they have issued, it's between them and their conscience.
So clearly, it doesn't look like the parties have the financial muscle to be giving TNTs to all delegates, especially if it was a general election like the primaries or the presidential primaries or parliamentary primaries. Even if they want to do, there would still be that kind of corruption because they would have to increase the filing fee and the picking of forms and all of that, which will eventually also lead to its own problems. What do you think, the political parties themselves can do to reduce this incidence of vote buying, which has become, more like a norm in our body politics?
Yes. You see, normally when they do the open nominations for these people to file for, the political parties will tell you a part of the process of raising revenue for the party. And therefore that's why you have nomination fees and all that. And they argue that if you want to contest for a position, let's say flag bearer, you should be resourceful. You should be able to mobilize resources to be able to pay your nomination and run your campaign. That's what they say. And that's why they charge the nomination fees and all that. But some are so huge that you see what MPP charged when they open nomination.
Yeah.
You saw the figures. And it's the same. So it is a way, by the party said that's a way of them raising revenue resources for running of the party. That's one thing. Now you are talking of the parties, if they ask that the party should pay delegates, the TNT, the party may not have the resources to do it. Well, as a political party, you have to find the resources to do it. I remember the last time NDC president, then candidate Mama, went unopposed. No, he went with some other candidate. The party decided that the president was going to give each delegate 40 seats.
Yeah, I remember.
If you calculate that amount at that time, it was running to about 13 million Ghana cedis or thereabouts. And that one, even now, is huge amount, just 40 seats for all the delegates. So if they really want to do it, even the NDC didn't, because it influences, so if you say that today's one, I also won because of these TNG and all that has influenced the votes and therefore should be cancelled. That one, they were other candidates. But it was only candidate John at the end, what's the name?
Mahama.
Who paid the 40. The party accepted that he would volunteer to pay 40 seats for each delegate at TNT. You think that one did not influence the delegates? And today, this payment, no matter how small it is, it was the only person who paid the 40. So every delegate, as far as they don't pay. If that one did not influence the delegates, you think this one is? If, say, for instance, if Jama had disputed 1,300 TV sets, the voter population of that by-election, they start running. And how many votes did he get? He got 431, right?
Yeah, 431.
431.
Yeah.
Is that not it?
Yeah.
Now 431. 431 out of 1,150 people.
Yeah.
Not even half of the TV sets he got. So you realize that not everybody got a TV set actually voted
for him.
That's why you think that if you use Baba Jamal as a teacher, you will be probably unfair to him. You will be unfair to him because not everybody who received the voter by the TV set actually voted for him. They come to me and voted for other candidates. Just like the motorbikes, the one who distributed the motorbike. They didn't also get all the people who got the motorbikes voting for him. So it is a quagmire that NDC finds itself. And how they maneuver out of this quagmire is something that they have to look at. In whichever way, it is something that everybody is talking about. My problem, who actually created problems for this NDC, for NDC is actually the delegates.
Yeah.
The delegates who displayed all these their goodies in full glare of the public. People normally do these things covertly. Now they have decided to display them and they have created The FNDC had anybody to blame. They should be blaming the delegates who decided that they would display these things that were given to them. Because it's been done over the years. It's been done. Don't we hear that candidates giving the motorbikes to delegates when they lose election, they go
back. Bicycles.
Nobody sees them publicly like this.
Yeah.
But the NDC delegates in Iowa West, Iowa decided that they will display the TV set for everybody to see. And that's why I'm saying that even there, people should look into it. Why they display? Is it there to do in the Papa Jamal? Is it some against people against him who decided to display the motor the television set to expose him because they thought he was winning? It is something also worth looking into.
Finally, from me, so you were talking about how difficult it is to get evidence of vote buying, and you made reference to the parties who try to argue that they need to give transport money to delegates. In your view, what will account as a sufficient evidence for vote buying for which a person who is caught can be held accountable for same?
You see, that's what I'm saying, that even our cultural system that allows giving, even our cultural system that allows people to request for assistance and all that. That is why in our political system, if you refuse, we are fusing culture with our politics, it will be difficult to find somebody, accuse somebody of giving a bribe or inducing. That's the problem. That's why we are facing this challenge. Because even Baba Jamal, who spoke publicly, what did he tell you? It was a case. He was gifting them all manner of things over the years. And now you see, the question people only ask, why a few days or a day to election you are giving this gift? That's why people are saying it is for it, or to induce the delegates. But you see, he is telling you that it is not for inducement. After all the people who got the decision did not vote for him. The television that they did not vote for him.
No.
So he can argue that even though I gave probably over 1,000 TV sets out, because it's just a gift, they decided that they won't vote for me, and I can't hold them responsible. That's the argument you may make. Because if it were just to induce them and the people took it to actually be induced, they didn't all vote for him. So that is why it is very difficult to prove vote buying in this country. Because of our culture and everything, because of the way we live in this country, it is very difficult to prove vote buying and inducement in this country. That's why we have this situation. Clear card. If we have clear card that look, some head of state one time said gift giving is in a card. So if we want to eliminate this, if you allow gift giving in this country, look, this thing we cannot end it. So if we want to end it, they will say that don't give gifts.
Don't pay TNT.
For elections, when it's time for elections, don't give gifts. But can you do that in this country?
And win?
So even when can you do that don't give gifts when it's time for elections, can you do that? But that's even if the person doesn't give gifts and he wins, you come and queue in front of his door. And to get assistance. Where is he getting the money from? It is a challenge that as a country, I don't know how we are going to solve it. It is a challenge for us. In other countries that people cite copiously, that you don't see these things. Do you see an MP of a Labour Party MP or the Conservative Party MP in UK? People queue in front of his door every morning to collect school fees. Do you see them queue in front of his house to say that give money to go and marry, to go and do adoring? Even somebody's father died, the first person he calls is an MP to buy a coffin. Do you get that in UK? Do you get that in the United States? You don't. That's so it is the culture. Our culture brings corruption. That's what we should be tackling. We should not entirely leave everything in the hands of politicians.
Yeah.
The cultural system brings corruption. endemic corruption in this country. So let's look at that holistically. If we look at all these things, we'll make a headway. We'll click on blaming politicians because we put them where they are. We have actually placed them in this situation. And they have no way but to take care of us through other means. Everybody, the first thing, if you have a problem, the first thing you call is either a minister or an MP to help you solve it. If the minister, let's say, take 30,000 a month and he should spend 100,000 a month, where do you think he gets the different money from? The difference, where does he get it from? So the dependency rate in this country is part of the problem, the dependency. That is why, as a country, we should look at developing this country so that everybody gets something, a job to do. If people are working, even no matter how small they get, the salary they get, if they are working, they cannot be working and be queuing for money. The person will simply tell them, at least you're also earning something. Yeah. But if he's not earning anything and he's to pay school fees, he's to do other things. The dependency is that the person will have to move to a politician or a businessman. And the businessmen, they work with politicians. Don't we know that? So that's the problem we have in this country. It is a major problem that I think as a country we should begin to look at the cultural system that is intertwined in the political system so that holistically we look at how to solve it. Otherwise, no, it will be a talk shop. We will talk. This situation will continue in this country.
Well, the situation that kept continuing in this country, we're still looking at the impact of it. But finally, I know you have to leave us, but you've made very significant points where you believe that we need to look at our culture, which is also intertwined with our politics, and see how we can change things together. But isn't it about time for us to look at the civic education aspect, where we can scale it up to effectively address vote buying and also promote merit-based voting?
Can you come again, please?
Yeah, I was asking that, talking about our culture and talking about the issue that has come up that has to do significantly that impacts our voting pattern, where people will have to buy in people's conscience to get to leadership. It's not about time for us to scale up our civic education and then effectively address our voting buying and promote merit-based voting.
Yes, I totally agree with you. It's about time. It's about time we started doing something like education, civic education. It's very important. That's why an institution like NCCE should be well resourced. We have been over the years we've neglected that institution and they are not doing any public education. This is part of the thing that they should be doing. And I think that it should be part of this, to be part of our educational curriculum. That people from the schools should get to know that it is wrong to do this, it is right to do that. If we put this in the minds of people, by the time they grow up, we are creating a culture, a group of people who understand that, look, this is right, this is not right. And it is about time that they treat the education of these things from, as I said, from the educational institutions, from the kindergarten level up to the universities. This is public education that you have to start vigorously, and with the support of the CSOs, I think we should be able to do this. Proper education to let the people know that, look, we are putting so much pressure on these politicians. Yeah. We are demanding so much from them because we have voted for them. And that's not the way to go. If we continue this way, we will continue to be in this situation that we are, or even worse. So the public education is very important. That, look, let's conscientize the people that, look, the politicians are there to serve us, but they are not there to dole out huge sums of money to us. If you're doing it, for instance, what has happened now, and many other, that is why in period the people are even losing hope in this our democracy. Because these are few people we are giving. A candidate, a delegate goes out to get maybe 9,000 a day. That's a delegate, a fraction of the society. What of the hundreds and millions of people who did not get the money? You think that on election day they should go and queue and vote for you? These were some of the issues that actually people say affected MPP in the last election because of the way they run their campaign, the expensive nature of it. People supposed said that, look, you delegates should go and vote for you. They got so much money, we didn't get anything. That's the monetization. That's how this thing affects our democracy. That's how these affect our electoral processes. So education is very important. Let's begin to, as you said, educate the people, conscientize the citizens that, look, enough is enough. We have to stop somewhere. And this is the way to go. We should not monetize our political or electoral system in this country.
Mr. Mahama, we want to say a big thank you to you. I'll come back to you again. We'll have a more conversation. Issues as how do we take off this intertwine that we'll find out with our culture and then the way we do our politics. And in the next conversation we'll be having, and then see how we can put mechanism around to safeguard our political landscape to make sure that people vote by merit, not by money. Once again, MBN wants to say thank you to you.
Thank you very much.
We're welcome. We've been talking to you. Yeah, we've been talking.
Thank you for having me.
Right. Thank you. We're grateful. We've been talking to Mr. Awudu Mahama. He's the managing editor of the Custodian newspaper, and we're looking at the impact of vote buying on Ghana's electoral process. We're going straight away to Befi Krum. We're bringing you some conversation from Befi Krum. That's the Edu Herbal. When we return, there's another conversation coming up that has to do with our financial literacy, but this one will tackle the attention will be on the informal sector. Right. So stay with us. We'll be right back.
Tony. Dr. Du Muhammad say me nka kire SM fans say nyame nhyira wo bia. Nyame nya obi bia kese. Na said de enne me ba me dofo all ka no. Abusua. Ya dia bronya tumi ansa Dr. Dubaya wabesa Dr. Dwe yenye udeni edek yesi nkwa sombo onkwa som yebo anita busa SMBT every edu herbal hospital anna erad number to so edebebo ade say yede sanya de a ewo sisie ni ntin ani nompemu ye nkoto dwemu ni atutu asia mafia ye damma wapomuden asipia sita na ye wia ye di bonus na atuato eno ne yesi ye di busu ye sister na to atese watenga no ewu kojo tro nyane no brim no asori gina wo anenti esan say enam betena se ye dey SM meters na dey mewuram because me do get na no tanya nyame aka SM abusan fa me TV so because one come wodi ni get na no do so aka me the box empty box and everything TV so but me da twere ampo anse se wa mo akoma tom yi se me ntwanam ka se wi amo age ne boko eni ti abusan ye se ye do beju atrema adanse de nankasa na nam eno ntina meduru ya na SM no obi apesa onje emfiri minsem na bottom ne ba kwampo driver no ko je nam se na no Thursday me ba obi je ene dem mo bi anje ana me de aba ene nti me do foot say papa no also no taso no kan o se wato graphic am obi kenkan no mata no de gan kan ni nyina ma me ne mo kan ne brofum etimita na betwi translation so I say SMBTS eyedre de abasa yede ba ama aware de amefie ayede ama enkoda ni age ekunu mu ani age ama yire no so ani age enne na atemchem wi amema na SMBTS ba kufu 1 onfen kofie na mewi ade etachire nyakata na betachire de ama no boko enye ni nyina ha kwa ho ene nti se wato graphic am obi kenkan na ye ho mita odi kan ye no wo ye bema entrance ma bema mu na wona no abomatwo man na wona mo a sister bra wati mu sa de ni nkoyi apomude ni hosa woni oba no konhye mu a woti mu se dodo aka to be ko wantimi akọ minute ade to so no kekekeke no wantimi SMBTS ye edru asa wonu mu asa wo de no wo ko on say normal we na kata ko mo pa san na ete pa boko na SMBTS be mo akọ pa so ati e class for yourself our classroom no anama wi a na for ba na ka say wo be mem obana ma fans enya de obewie no ka cho say de wo ye ni da bi ebutua so wie na obana ka say de ye tumi ye ni na kire say problem wo ho yade wo ho bibi wo ni padua ni mu a enko yie bibi wo usisi mu no ma enko yie o mema ye na NCP entita na Dr. do so say ense say wotena say emma oba ejojo wo sa na ense say wotena say ema be ma so obejojo oba so atiase emechi oba branet samento na nyojo mi na enso de nko okwa me fa so me bia ma na beto aso eno na chese wadwuma no wa anya nwi eni ti Dr. do say SMBTS oba nom be ma nom me pa chow wunya 18 years ya enom wo your ba wa fafura enom wo breastfeeding so a enom wa ye CS ya freyen number no go screen ni so na kire months a wanya ansana ebe mo anoma ya ma wanom oba se ubu nsa na emeyi menamai se boso me so na me bu me nsa na se me ama nti se bibi ni na mo menti because menti pen bia eno na cha se wo yoba enya de boso me ne so a abusua na obi de wada ne calendar o twa se obetie ma ofie buo yansa na wakọ ne boss o se boso me asutua meka because the da wo be ye ne fie wo ne brono ne so no obi abehu say yes oboso me aso na ye ya so ene boso me na so nya ti se wo tim onyate se wantimi ankwa dwuma owoye so dadem woyare ene na bosomi aso oni calendar odo ne calendar madam emo bi fa na ne calendar wane dem buoi aden bra SMBTS so se beboawo ama watimi abu nsaboko ama black cloth ni nyina ana ne abesia ko kama wonti etiam obi a mpota wabu nsa so we oba na abu sana bi aba kama nkasa na ma feel comfortable wutim sa wankasa no ohun yo de because se free ya ho besen kwa wona wotu so ye fu mu aye odin ohun ni padua ni mu aye odin because se eye ba na ebetom a e ma o sign no se ba na ebetom e ba betom ko fra abusu anya easy ohun so na ma abofron oni e ma se so wotu tinta so rough not me se bo na ama eno wa hu se why ready se wo be wo It's normal science. Na sa wo de na nya ba na ebetom. Bosome mienu bosome miensa o menses no emma e wo bran so a wonyem a ebusua pe SMB test na no wo bon sani na ba besane abese akọ ama ho atọ afen so no se wonya o menses from day 1 about 7 days afe to asokono na so te ba 6 days so te ba 5 days 4 days e wo so mo sa ho say dia aka na embae no e wo hefa aka ho akawa ya ase ho enti awasa wonom SMB test na enani moja SMB test na ni moja ebe na ne de aka ho na aya clotting na abobo ntonto a na ebe da ne fibroid ana se ebe ye bibi aya sisi aka wo wawudie nim no ebe na ne na fi ho ama na bese akọ na wo ho atọ afi wo na mo say yes wo do say so boka say yes me oba efi ono yo oba na bese wo fa nyinsan ya SMB test na ni moja no ama de sisi a wo de na no akwan ni nyina bese ko wi a obi won say afi pa na dem na wa fa afro wa wo de na to me na say dem ha dwin o do ba to ka won so ba na be ha dwin ofie e na no ma bi so de ba to be ne ba ne ye nti asase say din no agba de to di within 2 months dem say say ebusia o wa fa about me to afia SMB test nti e kasa na eni age because ye de ensese ebo ebi say ye adwuma kese adansi dia e ba SMB test no do so enti na me kan farm on say to be ma o yire to be ma okun na entu ya de ase because mo no e ye adwuma 15 butrim na ne na mo honam onam ye de obi adwuma tumi so wotimi de adwuma e wo abonten ko office timi ye adwuma kama osisi nim etimi ye kama e clear pent na bibia wo osisi nim enu nkoto dwenim nyina firi wo woti adwuma yi ama ho ato na akodem so a eno yan friend side effect friend side benefit because no madro ni wi ado benya na ekire no eno kwampo na do so bonus no na ya na ede obi koto adua na wa anto so a what aduane na tua ka bi no pento so wa anto ne so a say da bi aduane ne menni eto so ka tuwa bi no eno na e ka no bonus no so atiase tunum SMB test ya bonus na be de na ekire no ede so betimi ahama afa odem o so na bra kwa so je no yes so alas o ma fans so yes wo be memu na edre abuso ya to agu o ma ga na mu ha ba bia pharmacy shop bia benya bi herbal shop bia benya bi chemical shop bia benya bi koto SMB test na o kwa so pe social movement o pe spiritual movement o pe social media open the trendy adronia strong man me pacho shatter movement adronia na American wasem no simiso na American wasem no sincere me na American wasem no senior minister na American wasem no adra won man no akasa man ho fans wona mo tin say yes what charge na anam and no empty number no that screen so no da fa me say me see try me photo and na papa bi share mo so try me photo am on phone no so ayema and the battery delete it. Aya number no time to photo abusia number nerika na 0558 379545 0558 379545 eno ye the filler according to Dr. Edu. Second number is 0201 044221 0201 044221. Last number is 0243 989368 0243 989368. Number 3 na me dofo fra eba Edu Heba Hospital. Na ye no edi nkomo kan how chain wa bada bridge wukojo to me pacho freyin ne no nkasa na edro free Edu Heba Hospital ana eba ayaresa bia busuan yakwadare ewa yarehwa nya yaresa nyina mu ye tu stroke kwase emma obi a oyare stroke ada hwache na obi a won se de edu no na chi nyina yekro ya bo ne pampers ababa wa feru ansore no yi pampers no ne ekọ no eho asem ana meka eni se stroke no ache nipa no ache wache no fane brain man kasim ba fikrom eho na headquarters no ewo abusuan odu man kasim station o ko ba fikrom obecho ka we fro na bra obedu wono ma abusuan e be hwewo ama ode hye no ne ho ato no kama ye what ne nso emu ofe emu ode obedem say yes wo da fie wo da yare sabian so asa wo djojo ho hotel ba because ya no VIP was ana normal was obewram nya fe na akọ yarefo a waba yare sabian na afi wo koja na no akosa lai amba cho ye ho ye nya sa wo wankasa o facility ne bibia ye intact o toilet and bath shem anything no bibia aye kama o change o patient ho a obi nyina wa wo hwo obi wonu ma je se ye kofa enipa be time be sala won anim se de be ya ye change ne ho do da ne nchen no onhu ne ho me patcho Edu Heba Hospital ye ntisa ya ma obi ane what o so any wo de Usika ekuta won eho adwuma na ebe ya ma ho ene nti no medafo to bekafa nipa na ne ho atochema no bibi ha no fa ne bren wo edu Heba Hospital na Awurade andom ona doctor do so de nubra nua ha ban ene dua hini efa yade biada etu ase ene nti enya stroke kwa na yesa yade biada sente hye wa na ye wa eno de me boso because na no pani bi de ne ba bre me na me mani ba kwa nso me yam hye me wuti mu se asma na won ne ho ache but Awurade adom edu Heba Hospital last week wuti mu se ye stabilize ni we na bibia e kama edo no anapa me sorry ya na me sempacho mo to say osanyame adom efri na no e ba ne Thursday no ma bi sa na afi me ho atom na me ho ayem de won say wo ye adwuma wie na hu emfaso hu sade na ko na koyesa na ho aye wo de enya de wa ya wie na afi wo wi na yam hyehyɛ sade am ye be fa na ayemfa edrebe ya na enye yi enye try and error ewo edu Heba Hospital ebusuafo ye ma wodro na ye de ensese eboka se dro na de ma ya de ye ewo osui eso dro ni na wotwe ase betu na wotwe menu ase betu na wotwe me ansa ase betu ampanso me bedu won na wato asori a woko wuyi achia ko ochia osimi machia na woko ba bi enne ntini ya de bia etete wo emmema na moko dwaba mumu na nkwada ahuri agire mumu na ye tisi so ewo mumu mepa moncho edu Heba Hospital edro papa honoma oba ebeba ama ho ato mepa acho enya yaresa bia oba ye ma odo na ene kochina kobra ansa na wayo ye machine sakase egu no mabusuan oba ye de be exam efru trimesu nase ne on say yade na efri ya na eba ya ha ene ha eje do we ne de be ma ne wi a emu
All right, so welcome back from the break. We also went to Befi Chrome in Mankesima. We're back in the studios here on the 10th Avenue Extension, Great Estate, Nungwa Adagon. It's the final stretch of the conversation this morning. And this morning, the final bit has to do with the financial literacy for informal sector workers in Ghana, the challenges and opportunities. We'll be joined by Foster Oting Amwako, will be the person that we'll be talking with later on the show. But Befi Chrome, did you follow Befi Chrome?
Yeah.
It drove Ben and now pay SM. SM.
Yeah, menya worry ye dear. Meja me menka. Me worry anoma.
Hey. Efo. Ozunya de.
Menya worry dear menka me worry anoma.
Worry no waka SM wasa wo. All right. Okay, so we go to the phone lines. We'll try to have. Okay, so in between time, whilst we're waiting, let's go pick a few. I'm gonna got some few messages, and then we will read those messages. And once we get Foster on the line, he's a tax consultant and a financial expert. We'll be talking with him. We'll try to fine tune ourselves with financial literacy for formal sector workers in Ghana, involving addressing specific challenges and leveraging opportunities to improve their financial well-being. It's a conversation we'll be having this morning. Tomorrow is health, right? Yeah. Somebody said he would love it to have another section on it. Cervical cancer.
Okay.
And I said, okay, no problem. All we need is people to tailor their luchis and support us to be able to bring us up to speed on that score as well. So those are the things. Now I go to read the messages, and then right after that, we'll try to get a Foster on the line. And after having him on the line, that we can have that conversation. But our first place this morning will be, your friend, Capito. Capito from Menchia, Gosu. And it says, in fact, I'm not surprised about this bad government of JDM. He's not surprised about this bad government of JDM and NDC because JDM said he's a dead goat. So how can he fear cutlass? That is why he's doing this to our great farmers. He's talking about the cocoa farmers. He said the JDM said he's what? A dead goat. So how can he fear cutlass? I like the way he says it. How can he fear cutlass? That's why he's doing this to our great farmers. As in regards to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, presidential candidate for the MPP, and Honorable Mibitawa Kumsin, the MPP woman organizer, hopeful. Now this one is from Eben. He said, good morning. I am Eben from Kwabenya. My applause to the leadership of NDC for condemning the inducement of the just ended Ayawasu East constituency primaries and coming out with 3-member committee to investigate. Well done, leadership. The resetting agenda is really working power. And it sends greetings to the MCA of Ghana East Nana Ampim, Eastern Regional Women's Organizer, and Chairman BB Moro of Akwitia. So these are the few messages that is coming this morning. So you can also send yours on 0537158638. We will read them. Don't forget, we will read all those ones. Definitely we will read them. So that's it for the messages. So we're back in studio. Whilst waiting for our thing to join us, you can call us on 0537158638 is the numbers. 0537158638 is the numbers. You can also join us via phone. Also, ubetumi afraid yidi in komo ye twitwin komo emo de efa ye elections ho yakeka ho nsem ne akoso ewo Ayawaso East a NDC mpanyifo etie mu say inform 3-member committee sika ne TVs ne nkohwia ne motorbikes ne ho buta ya chiche nyina no yenhwe na yemfe yie ntu yie ebi says oh mo election yentwetwe mo kra na omo ka se dwo mo party so mo elections na de omo akofi master bedwam no omo ntwe bibi ana woni ho kron wo ye kron okay o nti yehwe ye hwe no so ase baba jama na ye de be scapegoat ye hwe papers no so ekua fon semi cocoa board ne cocoa board say wo mo hwe say on betumi di year to year to ekua foi and also ye di hon komo ya hwe parliament zansema akoso a majority caucus say elections there and twi kra koyi no ogbasane api wokwe ni bi nite no ya ayawaso east parliamentary primary energy NDC oshike na afon na agie money by represent am parliament say abaya elections by elections say cha no hu ekesane pie ba ka aja ni bi aja tibia imi a ho wowlo and me ye wowlo me protein levels achikate nwe me ja motorbikes ajashka ajabuta jamamai ani neke wo bayale ye manem e ba wawo as a nation you want to build nation tie agbene corruption e mo hanim ne ba toshka na ka afon shike ka agbena abajashka ka agbena aba ju ma shika ake mene menefi neke wo menefi neke mene menefi neke naka no obaya. So we are looking at all the dynamics. No, but over your travel 053 7158638. Ke won ne share or tin or kalabagba se ke won na le mene war or afish like a war lebi man pa. Like shikasan ne kalaba na we mo feel ko ye no. Nani. Ko enye show ye halfway na. I don't just see.
It's pa,
It's also meant to be afraid out of it. You can also give us a call on 0537158638 is the numbers you can call us. And also don't forget over the weekend, MDNTV with your support. We had the best brand of the year.
Yeah.
Really? Best brand of the year. You're saying you're the best CEO of the year. And then you're the best media personality of the year. It's a demo munyinas say we mo nominate Sabua Maye enya okay, so now we have our tax experts. Hello, good morning, sir. Hello. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. How are you, sir?
Good morning, I'm fine. And you?
Grace has keeping us live. It's good to have you, Foster Oting Amwakun, a tax practitioner and also financial consultant. And this morning, we're looking at the financial literacy for informal sector workers in Ghana, the challenges and an opportunity. Unfortunately, we've lost him on the line, but when we get him back, those are the areas we are looking at. Financial literacy for informal sector workers in Ghana, involving addressing specific challenges and also leveraging on opportunities to improve their financial well-being. Those are the areas we'll be looking at. We'll have some short conversation with them due to time, and then maybe with time we can look at the broader aspect of the conversation. Hello, good morning. Hello, sir.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing, sir?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm fine too. Thanks so much for joining us this morning.
I'm good.
Great. I know we've been looking at the financial literacy, but today we want to turn our attention to the informal sector workers in Ghana, the challenges and then opportunities. I mean, I just want to find out, how do we develop a simplified financial literacy model for informal sector workers?
Thank you very much. informal sector, in terms of numbers, holds more than 80% of the Ghanaian population. 80% plus to 90% falls under the informal sector. However, with this huge percentage of the population, financial literacy has been very great, very high at the informal sector. Mostly the agriculture sector being the others, most of the people there, the farmers, the traders, majority of them fall under the informal sector. However, the good news is that what we are seeing now is that few of them, about 50% of them are attending senior high school education.
Okay.
Some of them even at the lower level, they're able to start and they're able to go to the social media and others. It means that they have, in terms of general level of education, they have attained some level of exposure that with little training, they will be capable of adjusting themselves to the financial expectations of them. So what we need to do as a state, I always talk about education, how we can get the informal sector so much abreast with current happenings. This morning I spoke to one of your colleagues, TV radio station, and people are complaining about the tax that have been introduced, where now they are paying 20% VAT.
Yeah.
Except those who were with the 30% withholding tax flat rate, which now it has been repealed. All because they have not really taken them through some of these policies, and they have not been addressed with these changes in the new tax act that was recently passed as part of the 2026 budget presented by the Finance Ministry. What we need to focus is education. That is the best we can do. We educate the people about the informal sector, even if the person has not attended school. There are some series of questions you can ask them. How much are you buying this product? And how much are you selling it? So if you take away all the other expenses, how much will be left? How much are you out of this? How much are you able to invest out of it? How do you grow? So I believe it is time we use all means, whether through formal means or informal means, market group associations. Sometimes even some of these groups, it can even be audio presentation where we explain certain issues. For instance, maybe those selling tomatoes in the market, the issue is, how much are you buying the tomatoes? How much are you selling it? What is your profit? For instance, you buy tomatoes, 1,000 Ghana cedis, you sold it for 1,300 Ghana cedis, you're making a profit of 300. You see somebody selling crop, you go and buy. You see somebody doing this, you go and buy. You see somebody doing this, you go and buy. At the end of the period, you see that the person might spend 400. So you have to take them through proper planning of the activities. So we need to help them plan their activities well. And that is one thing that is affecting the informal sector. Impulse buying, lack of proper planning, a lack of proper understanding of the financial terrain. And that is actually affecting the informal sector. And therefore, what we need is to develop a strong model not necessarily any big time model, a small model where we can let people take them through. At the end of the period this month, how much have you taken? How much sales have you made? How many of them got spoiled? How many profits have you made? What are your expenses? So when we begin to train them, when we begin to organize some of these workshops, when we begin to go to the radio station, TV station, their market groups, and explain some of these policies to them, it's going to be a guide to also support them. There are markets everywhere. Everywhere there are markets. And all of the people are these markets are these informal sector workers. And this is where this kind of training needs to be done for them. Various associations, various groups, this kind of training needs to be done for them. So that they can really assess the viability of any investment that they are putting their financial resources into it. So it is time we develop a model of training, whereby we can use the model at all stages of the business cycle in the informal sector. Like I said, majority of our people are at the informal sector level. We have the cocoa farmers, the owner association, you have the way that we communicate to them. This sector, how are we handling it? As we speak now, there has been a very big challenge at the cocoa sector. Meanwhile, the people that have enjoyed a lot of benefits some period and time ago, now within a short time, things are turned, and you could imagine the pressure on them. So what were these periods, good times, these periods, better days? What were those policies they put in place? That in such a way that with this small period that things are turning negatively, things are becoming hard. Some of these things I could say because of these challenges that we have in the informal sector, where we are not giving them the necessary training so that they will properly be able to handle their finances well. With a little shock, people become so much deterred and are not able to put in place. So at the cocoa sector, they have this group there. When you go to cashew, they have their group, mango, they have their group, coffee, and all this, they have the group. But if you want to communicate to them, it can be done through these platforms. The same way you go to the various market, Abosoka, Kedesia, and all these people, they have the groups that they normally do their activities. So at the time we develop a model and take all these informal sector workers through this model. And I believe the labor department of this country, the Minister for Labor, shouldn't focus only on the formal sector workers, but we have to also develop such models that will also take into consideration the informal sector, whereby we can also their needs in terms of financial literacy, and we are blessed for them to also check and do things rightly. So for the informal sector, it's very big. The informal sector has a lot of people in that sector, but the informal sector is the only group that lacks in terms of training and exposure to financial literacy. Yet has been very low, and it seems like we are not putting up any effort to ensure that we change the narrative at the informal sector. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I would love you to put this in summary in tree for me because of time. And then next week, I will be looking at I think tomorrow we'll look at the 20% VAT that has created a lot of menace that Bosokai people even are thinking of going a strike. So if you could put this in a summary for me in a tree, I would love it.
Oh, good afternoon, Yanope. We shall follow Adofua, Butie, Yanope. Eye Bosumini, Adisia Yesia, India, Sina, Efa, na etimi aboye ama yisika temo etimi etumpon. If you say, Sikano Suri ni wo a I'm sure I will be the Abuayano, not at me, Uncle. And I'm afraid you're 22 and Nipakua or we are to my answer by us in the informal sector. You're not going to change now. You were clear for Abu Fire or Mofaso, and she said for Musica film, and the Kaya will be to Musica film. You will go clear for, your amount will clear for, your group and clear for, your amount for a good clear, need a clear, your form war, a group to a who do clear for and so. If you so, your time and far, informal sector, if you so, a 24 could do the Abu Dua, Okukrumwa, to be a Boso Akai, Momoto, spare part, your located here, Musudi, talk, car, when you ever, your more time, a Juma would do a meeting for your carpenter for your artisan. I would do Lucia, Eka, a 24 man, and no more did job would do Lucia, Eka, informal sector, or ever. You're in the same man, he said. That will see now, a poor. You're the fair cancer, so why you possibly catch over. You're trying to go over the teaching and do what. Or who poor, Charles, I will call a Macola, and Ma, or did your poor, 80. So, a cancer to a woman for poor, so. If you're the 50, it's not before also. Maybe a man said, a practical. You may be a year too much. I was that level now, and so it be you will call music happen. And to be told the 80 job, the cancer that will go back near my local to me. No better cancer that will boy. This will be a music time and in my we need to go find your my ever 10,000. Over 2 years, we're not 11,000, we're not for 1,000. And then over 10 to maybe about air, we are to maybe a fair no to be. You be no quiet for you, Cano. It won't start to know that the two now to teach you more than one of that. And the early man idea, would be at the threat and say, and they said, they are some teacher. You will not be here, only be a school, and the two children are Jenny. I generally told you to be careful who you say. I think I need the number so another day. It told me that we could have got to use Chicago. All the old church be men because I think you are deal with it. I want it as well as I hear you. All planet, that I want to show you that we are. Once I know and will take me with and you will it. And you planet that all will not be here and for that county. And if I could tell a little better mama. No, we never do say. You can't be every sick as you want, and you couldn't have a to sick as and the rest of you. And you could be actually there, the sick as over to 2 years, and then school work again. And you surely be at the years maybe who's sweet to come sick as the one you should sick out of Patabata. One far, give you and then you'll be able to be it. And you will be on your chance, not the same. Then you may have been a patrol a year, and after that, year. And then you are there, everything you and me, you think I tell you, she said, you two, and you before, and more with any other tomorrow. Hung up, and we will think of possible. So what is Catholic say that you now to put me with you, and you think Catholic, and you me and they 18, Madame, say, Anatole.
Yes, yeah, that's your Foster or Tin Abuako, yeah, that's a pa. See a tons of fro wages. Bishop Nias and have a good morning. So, we've been talking to the tax practitioner and the financial aspects on financial literacy for this informal sector. 0537158638. And numbers will be to me afraid. 0537158638. The numbers you can also call us 0537158638. The number and the boba no chawaye no ni wabasa de lebi ne. Ufa ne call trabe o lower o volume ni o TV no ni wo we phone no. Ufreya na wama volume na wo TV no so na akofom. Ye din komo e wo telephone no so. If you call us, you lower the volume on your set so we can have conversation on the phone. 053-715-8638 is the numbers. Let's get to hear you this morning. What do you make of Foster's explanation on the issue of the informal sector?
Yes, as always, he was on point, very educative. Simply put, Francis to right? The informal sector, you know, the formal sector is well structured.
Yeah.
Right? I was having a conversation with someone over the weekend.
Okay.
And that was on churches.
Churches, right.
And the fact that for most Orthodox churches, there's a well-structured, system, financial system, and there's accountability. But most Orthodox churches do not have some of these structures in place. And it's the reason some of them run into various issues. It's the same thing. The formal sector is well-structured, right? So they have what percentage of the account goes into investment, what goes into saving, what goes into paying of staff, and all of that. But for most of our informal sector, they don't have, even though they have the mindset of business to conduct business, but how to put the structures in place,
around it.
So that they will not. Even though I am able to connect with this because my mom is in the informal sector.
Okay.
Yes, my mom is a typical market woman. You know, so I am not fair, it is one fancy say and to one. Sika eba, na otono yeto. Impulsive buying. Bibia, adia any here, oto. Na we aba opebusia na we mano. You see some of these things. We never buy on
they don't even.
They don't keep records. They don't keep records. That is so. My mom, nasika ikra me de nasika. See, it's a struggle. But if they are able to put, you realize that they'll be able at least.
I think that we need to do something as a nation to get. They all have association.
Yeah.
At least stay in there. Those financial institutions, go in there, have conversations with them, tell them how to be able to create, how to be able to save to, because wealth is not created at a go.
Yeah.
It takes time.
Yeah. And the microfinance institutions, they don't do much. They only go take the savings and go. They only go take the savings and go. But at least educate the market women. I'm able to relate to the market system. That's why I always make reference to it.
Yeah.
When you go to Ashaman and the Underbridge market, even Dome market, Nungwa market, there are information systems.
Yeah.
They're able to communicate to them. For preachy and all of that. So there's
a caller. Let's go to the phone and come back. Hello, good morning.
Hi, morning.
We're within the baby of AB. I'll quit you. I have one more to say. Yeah, that's it, AB.
ọmọ akẹ́lẹ́ ìjọ ọ̀dà mọ́tì máa máa bọ̀ ọ̀hún ẹ̀kọ́ wọn ti ń jẹ tuntun ní wọ́n jìnnà lọ́sọ̀ ẹ̀nà wọ́n yìí yẹ sí ìwé yẹ sí ìwé ní sí ìlànà ní ẹ̀rọ opposition. Èsì ẹ̀mí wọn wọ́n fàájì ẹ̀sùn yá mi. Dèbí rọrùn ọmọ akẹ́lẹ́ dàda yà ń gbé nìkẹ́ ẹ̀ sí ojú o ọkà nìkẹ́ ẹ̀ sí ojú ẹ̀ máa yẹ ọ̀tún ẹ̀ fún. Ṣé àwọn máa pò ní ìgbà wọ̀ ní wá? Wọ́n máa ní ọdún ìkápátá ẹ̀ bá ti. Pẹ́sẹ̀ kan bí ọ̀nà ọ̀lẹ́kọ̀ ọmọ fà ìsìkálò ní ibi káta àpapọ̀ ìsẹ̀lẹ̀. Ẹ̀sẹ̀ sí ìsẹ̀lẹ̀ náà sọ̀rọ̀ àpapọ̀ ìsẹ̀lẹ̀. Ẹ̀mẹ̀kọ̀ lọ́ta ṣẹ̀yìn ọdún ọmọ ẹ̀yìn àpapọ̀ sí. Wà àpapọ̀ tó di màá kọ́ ọ̀pá àbúrò kọ́kọ́ èdè ìṣẹ̀wọ̀n àpapọ̀ ìsẹ̀lẹ̀. Ẹ̀yìn ọmọ akẹ́ni ẹ̀bẹ̀ yìí tẹ́ ọ̀pọ̀ akẹ́ni nàá àgbà yìí tẹ́ ọ̀pọ̀ ẹ̀bẹ̀ àbàwò yẹn. Ọmọ akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ní ìwé tó wà tọ́ka 300,000. Onye ìfikàwé ẹ̀kọ́ kọ́kọ́ ti fi tíṣì àpapọ̀ má pẹ̀lú ọ̀dọ́ ọ̀dọ́ àpapọ̀ ìsẹ̀lẹ̀. Lẹ́yìn náà yẹ̀wọ̀ gánà ha. Yà ọkọ̀ ọba ẹ̀wọ̀ ẹ̀yìn ẹ̀fẹ́ nìbẹ̀yìn àyẹ̀wò àṣọ. Ẹ̀yìn ẹ̀fẹ́ nìbẹ̀yìn òbí ọ̀hún fún àpòlìsì fún wọn ṣiṣẹ́ máa fẹ́ kó kú ẹ̀wọ̀n tó tí ó bọ̀ wọ́n NDC wọ́n akókò àpòlìsì ẹ̀kúgbọ́ ìbùdẹ́. Ìfàkúlìsẹ̀ mi ẹ̀nà ló tún àná ẹ̀mẹ́ nípa ní pọ̀tọ̀ ọ̀fẹ́ ẹ̀bẹ̀ yìí àwọn ọmọ bíbí àná káyọ̀ nípa ní ìrìnà wọn bá lè ní ìwé ẹ̀dùnmá. Wọ́n máa ní àwọ̀ fún ìlú. Ṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ọ̀pọ̀ ẹ̀yà ọ̀pọ̀ ṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ọ̀dẹ́ ẹ̀yà àwọn pápọ̀ ní ẹ̀rọ ẹni wí nǹkan ni ọmọ wa yẹn ṣù wọn kọ ọkọ wọn ni wọn tù mẹtẹ ẹni tí kọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ tọ́ ẹni tí kọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ tọ́ ọmọ ẹni tí ti kọ́ náà pàpọ̀ wù. àtọ́jú ìbéèrè rà ọyẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ tẹ̀tẹ̀ ọmọ gbogbo yẹn bọ̀ wá fún ẹnà bí ẹ yẹ fẹ̀ áá pàpà wò ẹnà ọ̀dà ń dà ẹ̀mú kọ́ ọ̀wà lòkò tó ẹ̀rí ní ẹ̀kẹ́ wọ́n ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ tó ń yọ̀ náà yẹ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹ maame ẹyẹ fẹmi fẹ agraada ahwẹ kọlọ di nìkọ pápákọ akọkọ lọ́wọ́ ẹgbẹ́ mu 15 years ẹgbẹ́ ẹsẹ ti Ghana 15 years wọn ọwọ́ sábẹ ọkọ ọkọ fífọ àtàkùn àkọkọ ayé ẹgbẹ́ mi ọkọ ọkọ wọ bẹ pé ìfọ ní ìwà náà mú mi.
Okay. Yo. Ebi, yada say. Ebi from Akwetia, yada say anopay. Interesting. Ebi is paved with his party. Okay. Chibia sorry Jumedie so or batish but there's some few birthday wishes that has come in. This one it says happy birthday to the one and only swag. I think it's swag mama, right? Okay, this one. No, this one. Okay, this is Gifty Ivy. Hello, good morning. But you Yamia do moya moya na onzo. Boga, 1 minute, yango. Yeah. I say, so let me just do this birthday quickly and then we can go. And this one says, on your happy birthday to Gifty Aiden, on your special day, I want to take a moment to truly celebrate you. You have navigated life with such grace and perseverance, turning challenges into opportunities, inspiring everyone around you. Thank you for the laughter, the wisdom, and for always being such a shining example. May your birthday be beautiful, beginning to a year overflowing with love, success, and everything that brings you pure joy. You deserve all the best today and always. Happy birthday, Gifty Aiden from Thompson. And this one is also says that I wish you, a wish for you, right? It's a wish for you on your birthday. Whatever you ask, may you receive. Whatever you seek, may you find. Whatever you wish, may it be fulfilled on your birthday and always. Happy birthday, Hannah Ampoma. And I know this one is also from Thompson, wishing Hannah Ampoma a happy birthday. And this very last one says a happy birthday to the one and only, I think this will be one and only Swagger Mama, right? Madam Comfort Yeboah. Yeah, Barry is blessed to have you as a mother. I love you for that. Stay blessed in good health, Rosetta. So those are our birthday wishes for this morning. And those of you celebrating your birthday, we wish all of you well. 20 seconds, we go in.
Yes, so I wanted to make the point that the microfinances who go to a market women to take the savings, they should also educate them. There are public address systems in the market that they can use to offer basic, financial literacy programs. Finally, Saturday is Val's Day, so maintain in fuel. So on behalf of all the lover boys and girls, Val's Day also can't be betraying.
Don't worry. All right, so this is how to say a big thank you to all our viewers, our callers, and then our testers. And I'm wishing you all the best for the day. We've had a solid discussion on financial literacy for informal sectors in Ghana. We have also looked at the covering challenges and opportunities and potential strategies. We've looked at the monocracy in our body politics and how to tame it. And it's time for us to start scaling up our civic education by resourcing the NCCE to help us for people to understand. For now, this generation there, let's go down to the bottom, the basics, and get it from the grass and grow it up through so that we can all make sure that we push this country forward. But before we go, if there is anything you've not prayed about, keep praying. Remember to join us tomorrow on the Moment of Miracle. My name is El Samuels, and I did this together with the man Bernard Agbamo Eduji. We say, have a good morning and stay blessed. Say a prayer with every heart.